Welcome, dear students, once again, all of you. Yes, there was Shreya to say something. Yes, Shreya. Yes, dear, I will. Now only you want me, or dear Shreya, I had told you that you should replay that video once, and unless you understand, you please call me. Neither you called nor you informed me that you have either understood or not. By the way, this will be again a revision for others also, so I don't think anybody will mind about the same. So, dear students, the poem is there on page number 46. Open your textbook, page number 46, first flight, textbook in English for class 10. Okay, I'm going to repeat it once again so that Shreya will definitely understand, but other students also, those who have any doubt, or even if they have understood before, it will be a good revision for them. So, the title of the poem is The Ball Poem. Poet is John Berryman. And in the introduction of the poem, what is given that I'm going to read now. A boy loses a ball. He is very upset. A ball doesn't cost much, nor is it difficult to buy another ball. Why then is the boy so upset? Read the poem to see what the poet thinks has been lost and what the poet has to learn from the experience of losing something. Dear students, we can understand this poem in the introduction given here only. That's it, more than enough for us to understand. So I will explain you one by one. Let's understand what is given in the first two sentences. A boy loses a ball. So, dear students, in the poem, there is a boy described who has lost his ball. Is it clear to everyone now? Firstly, we will try to understand its literal meaning, and then we will try to understand what does it convey, to us. So, a boy loses a ball. Got it now, everyone? Clear? Very good. He's very upset, and be it a boy or anybody, if we lose something, welcome Khushi, welcome Shafin, Sania, whoever is there. By the way, we are learning here today the ball poem that is just at the request of our one of the brilliant students, Shreya Tarte. So the ball poem in the introduction, it is given that a boy loses a ball, and so he is very upset. It's quite natural, if I am there or you are there, if we lose something or someone, we always feel very sad and bad for that, and so we are so upset for that, and so the boy is. A ball doesn't cost much, nor is it difficult to buy another ball. So dear students, if you lose a ball, do you find it very difficult to get another ball? Yes. Not at all, because there are ample balls available in the world. We can go to the shop and buy any ball of our choice, isn't it? And that's what here the poet says, that the ball doesn't cost much, nor it is difficult for the boy also to buy another ball. But there you remember, dear students, the poet had mentioned that he did not say anything to the boy, but just waited what he is going to learn. So I am going to again repeat this poem in the form of story, that there was once a boy who lost his ball. So how he lost, that we will come to know in the poem. And after losing the ball, he became very upset. He was very upset for losing it. But he was also knowing that the ball doesn't cost much, nor it was very difficult for him to get another ball replacing that one. Then what happened, that the boy is so upset, you know for example, dear students, forget about ball now. Let's think of a pen. You are writing and your friend asks for your pen, and the friend forgot to return the pen to you. Will you be very sad and upset? Oh God, my pen has been lost. My friend took it away, and now I don't have. Will you be so upset? No. The same way, do you think that the child should be so upset for just losing a ball, even if he knows that he can get another ball easily and the ball doesn't cost much? So then the question here arises, that why then the boy is so upset for losing a ball? That is the question. Bhumi, what's your favorite thing? Bhumi, what's your favorite thing? Say now one. Say one dear. Don't take it seriously. Say one anything. One. What's it? So you know that there can be thousands of teddy bears available in the shop. So if you lose it one, will you be so sad and upset? If you know that you can easily get another one and it doesn't cost much, there is something to be so upset here. Bhumi, what do you say? Yes, you are attached, but there is is that something that you we become upset when we know that we are not going to get that thing back? Then will you be more upset, or when you will know that you will get the thing back, then you will be more upset? When will you be more upset comparatively? Shreya? Yes, there is difference, dear students, between losing two things. One thing that we know there is alternative available. Ball, alternatives are available. But if I lose a person in my life, or if I lose something that I cannot get back, for example, my childhood. Now I am a teacher. Can I get my those days when I was in my school back to me? Can I enjoy those days back again to me? Even if I am ready to pay any amount. Is it possible? So if I lose my book, then I will be more upset. Or remembering those days in my childhood when I enjoyed my school days, then I will be more upset. When will I be more upset? Come on, dear students, answer quickly. Absolutely. So here the question asked in the introduction is just to draw our attention that ball is not just a ball here, but ball is a metaphor for the childhood. Got it now? Here, don't take ball as a literal meaning that we play with. No, it's an example of our childhood days representing and transferring those things in the form of ball. It is a metaphor example. You know that, isn't it? Shreya, are you getting it? So I'm just again going to read these 3 4 sentences. You please let me know if you have understood. Not just literal meaning, but meanings between the lines that is to be conveyed. A boy loses a ball. So you should understand that boy has not just lost his ball, but he has now become an adult and he remembers his childhood and regrets for those days for not being able to get them back. I think there was a poem in class 9 in Free something. Do you remember? The Lake Isle of Innisfree. So if you have remembered that poem, you can understand it is almost similar to this, isn't it? There the example was given of a lake, and here is the example of ball. That is the only difference. Otherwise, I find this poem almost similar to each other. Shreya, are you getting the reference? So a boy loses a ball, he is very upset. Now you should understand that here boy is not boy, he is an adult person. And the boy has lost a ball, means boy has not lost actually a ball, but an adult person remembers his childhood and so he has become upset. Got it now clearly? A ball doesn't cost much, nor is it difficult to buy another ball. You know, as far as ball is concerned, there is nothing to worry about. We can get another ball, but can we get our childhood back? No, of course. And that is the reason that here the question has been left unanswered in the introduction, that why then is the boy so upset? Because the boy is not a boy but is an adult person and he remembers those memories in his childhood, and so here the boy called so called boy is so upset. Now read the poem to see what the poet thinks has been lost. So here is the now answer given in the introduction. Then the poet to see what the poet means to say that the boy has lost. So you got it? The boy has not lost actually the ball, but the boy, being an adult, has lost his childhood. And what the boy has to learn from the experience of losing something. And this is another point besides childhood, that he learns one experience, that people may come and people may go. There was a poem in class 9 in previous syllabus, Brook. That's what here, the things will be there with us and they will be lost. People will be there in our lives and they will be no more. But we should just learn lessons. There will be ups and downs in our life, but just learn the lessons and move ahead. You should be able to stand in whatever the circumstances you are in. You should not just regret, my childhood has lost, so I can't do anything now, losing hopes, being so hopeless about life, and then committing suicides. Why do the people, I would be very sorry to remind here one example, that is the recent one of Sushant Singh Rajput. Am I right? Chichore movie, Mahendra Singh's biography, Untold Story. What a great movie it is. He played the important role, and that person committed, suicide. Can one believe? No. Because just having knowledge, having information, and having actual experience in the situations differ a lot. If another fellow in place of him, that is another thing, dear. Yes, yes, dear. That is another thing, na. I just gave you an example. What we know at present is suicide, na. It can be a murder. That is another thing. That can be the part of investigation that CBI has been doing recently, the integration. Fine. We will not discuss much about it. So let's see now, stanza wise. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? Means what is the boy now? When I ask you who is your father, then you name your father. But when I ask you what is your father, then what do we say? Man, you tell the profession. The same way here, the first sentence. What is the boy now? Is he a boy now? No, he is an adult person who has lost his ball. What? What is he to do? I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street and then merrily over. There it is in the water. And our childhood days also pass quickly. Dear students, remember those days when you were in class 1, and remember today you are in class 10, how those 10 years has passed. Don't you feel that they have passed very quickly? You were thinking you were in class 1 that you should be in class 10. It is a much, happy days in our life, but when you are in class 10 you find that it was always better there when you were in class 1. Isn't it so? Do you agree? And those days pass very quickly and happily, and we don't remember those days having passed because you were all in happy mood, in happy circumstances those days. For example, dear students, you remember in class 9 there was a lesson of Albert Einstein. What was the title? Yes, very good, Gauri. A truly beautiful mind. In that, there was one example given about theory of relativity. Can you say it? Dear students, are you there? A is equal to mc square. Wasn't it? Not B. Too easy. Anil? Oh, I thought I heard you B because you were focusing on it now. By the way, what is it? Come on, dear students, we have less time left with us. Actually, I had planned to finish with some part of a young girl, the diary of a young girl. But here Shreya requested about the ball poem, so we are repeating it. What's it? There was an example, funny example of us given, that if girlfriend, boyfriend example was given, now there's something. Do you remember? What was it? What was the example? Yes, sir, was example, Anushka. What was example? That if you are with your loved ones, don't take it that way. If you are with your loved ones, the years pass, but we never know, isn't it? But when you are just on a burning fire, if you are sitting on a burning fire, a moment will be like a year for you, isn't it? That was something given na, in the example there in the text. Do you remember it? Am I right? So that's what here the poet also draws our attention to, that when we are happy, those days pass and our childhood is full of happiness. And that's why here the poet says in third line onward, merrily bouncing down the street and then merrily over, there it is in the water. So you don't just think that ball has been hit and it went bouncing, merrily jumping, and it went in water finally. It is just literal meaning. But what does it mean? That our childhood, so full of happiness, passes quickly. And being an adult today, the child remembers those days have been past. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. Here the poet knows that there is no use to say that there are other balls, because here the poet doesn't want the ball mean just a ball, but he wanted that the ball means childhood. So the poet knows that the childhood once gone cannot be gained back. And so he says that no use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate second grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down. And you know, that grief, that regret for having lost the childhood is there full of in his heart. And so he stands there, rigid, trembling, staring down, like you know, some a ball went in water. How will the child feel? Yes, he has lost the ball, and he will be little sad for some time. But here the poet says that that boy, being an adult, remembers his childhood and becomes so sad because he can't live the life he lived when he was a small kid. And so here it is said that as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down. Dear students, just imagine now you are in our school for last 3 4 days minimum, 3 4 years minimum. Now think of your future when your children maybe you may have a child and you have come to our school just to seek an admission. You will be so casual there, like if you go for other school. No, your memories will be there full of in your minds. You will remember that how you were going up, how you were coming, how you were going to dining hall, how. Hmm? Aditya, is it having any reference that no one knows if I am today or not, if tomorrow we are going there or not. I'm just giving an example. Don't take it so seriously, dear Aditya. Okay, what I mean to say, just imagine how will you feel. You will not, you will be so casual and formal in other schools if you go to seek admission for your child, Aditya. But you will be so nostalgic, you know, when you will be back to our school after 10 or 15 years. Am I right? Are you getting what I mean to say here? The same thing has happened with the boy who has been now an adult remembering his childhood. And so he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. And here we get the reference that he remembers staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. Means he is a child today? No. He remembered those days that in his childhood he has lost a ball, but here the ball refers to the childhood of the person who has been now an adult. I would not intrude on him. The poet says that I would not intrude on him. You know why? Sometimes, dear students, we should neither to say something, but better we keep quiet, and it works. I will give you an example. The thief story, second chapter from our supplementary reader, Footprints Without Feet. If Anil had said something to Hari, do you think Hari might get an opportunity to improve himself? What do you think, Shreya? Khushi, you have been so quiet today, and these other students are taking benefit of it, asking me some. unnecessary questions. Shreya, what do you say? My question is, if you got my question, you please repeat the question and answer it. Followed by Khushi Sahani, adding some words. Yes, absolutely. Khushi, we would like to hear some more points from you. Yes, absolutely. Very good. You got it. Other students, you all understood it. And that's why here the poet says that I would not intrude on him. Sometimes, dear students, we notice many things what you do, but we never say anything to you because you should be given some opportunities to understand yourself and improve. Now he senses first responsibility in a world of possessions. And there he says that let the child understand, let the child learn himself or herself. Then only the child can understand well. Dear students, when I'm telling some points my own and you are just listening, that is different thing. But when you are searching for a solution, the question you have, you will always remember it rather than the answer given by me, ready made. Do you agree? If I just provide you ready made answer and you just learn, there are 100% chances that you will forget that answer next moment. But when there is a question and you are trying to find the answer yourself, then there are very less chances that you will forget because the efforts have been made by you and it works more. And so here the poet says now he senses first responsibility in a world of possession. World of possession means everybody belongs to some or the another person and everybody wants their own possession to the things. Everybody is selfish in the world for some or the other purposes. They can be generous, they can be self centered, but everybody. People will take balls, balls will be lost always, and that is a rule, no? What is the rule in Bhagavad Gita? Lord Krishna had said, nothing stands forever, even this will pass. Even we are mortal or immortal, what are we? Human beings. So some may live for 50 years, some may live for 500 years, some may live for 5,000 years. Means I'm referring to the things also. But there is always, you know, the end of the things that have the creation or the beginning. Whatever has the beginning, there is an end. The same way here, the poet says, as in another poem that I refer to, the brook, men may come and men may go. The same way here, the poet says, people will take balls, balls will be lost always. Means the things we have today will not be forever with us. So we should not be upset and rather we should stand and move ahead. Last time I gave you an example of Thomas Alva Edison. Before him, he was saying that his own laboratory was on fire and he started laughing all of a sudden. He burst into the laughter, and the people nearby, whoever were there, the spectators, were astonished to see him laughing. You know why? They thought that he has gone mad. But was it the fact? No. He explained later that whatever the mistakes he had done in his life, in the experiment or in the laboratories, they are all on fire. And today I can start with the new experiments and will invent something different and something new. So that way he took the things positively, and so we should have positive attitude and we should learn from our own experiences and they will be there forever with us. Money is external, and here last time I gave you in the YouTube description that money is external. Money can't buy you the happiness. The things can be bought which may help you some luxurious life to be lived, but they won't give you happiness. The money can give you bed but not sleep. The money can give you everything, but not the peace of mind. The money can give you the all facilities related to health, the medicines, everything, but may not give you proper health. Do you agree? And so here the poet says money is external. He is learning well behind his disparate eyes. The epistemology of loss, how to stand up. And here the child is learning, the poet says, well behind his disparate eyes. Even if he is sad, but he is learning. Dear students, it is said, no pain, no gain. Until and unless we lose something, we don't earn something. That is the fact. That is universal truth. Scientists did one experiment on hatching of eggs of the birds. The scientists did not want that the chicken or any small kid or small offspring of the bird came out, and they struggle a lot to come out. And so he broke the egg, hatched it artificially, and the bird came out but could never fly. Because when the bird is in the egg, it takes lot of efforts to break the egg and come out, and it gives the strength in the wings, in the feather, that it can fly. Are you getting what I mean to say? In previous chapter, Nelson Mandela, it was said, what was the sentence by Nelson Mandela referring to the same? Yes, absolutely, very good. Very good. Heights of oppression creates the heights of or depths of, yes, depths, not height. Huh? Absolutely. Depths of oppression creates the heights of characters. Very good. That's what we can say. Here it is applicable. And that is the epistemology of loss. Epistemology of loss is understanding the nature of loss, what it means to lose something. Means, when you know that you are going to fall, will you be aware or not? You will take care. But if you don't know that you are going to fall down, then you will definitely fall very strongly, and you may get some parts of your body broken. Are you getting what I mean to say? Means if you know that something is going to happen, you will be making your mind ready to accept the situation. But if something happens all of a sudden, then you are not getting enough time to make yourself up to the situations. And so here the poet says that the epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. And at last, here the poet says that if we want that the child should learn how to stand up, let the child firstly fall down and stand himself or herself. Don't give them support all the time, otherwise they will be completely depending on others and will never know how to stand up. And this way, dear students, the poet has tried to draw our attention to the facts in our life, that we may lose something, but we should accept. We should not just think of them and forget about our future. And another thing the poet wants to convey us, that we should stand out of the circumstances where and however you are in. Never think that this will happen and then I will do this. When the exam will approach, then I will start studying. No. Today you have time, you utilize it so that in future you may not need to worry about your studies. Today you have enough time to live happily, spending time in your studies with your family members. Use it best. Don't waste it some or the other way. Some of you may be doing them. Shreya, what is your opinion? Have you got it, or still there is a confusion? There are only two things necessarily to be kept in mind as a summary of this poem. One thing, that we are going to lose something, and we should accept. And another thing, we should move ahead. We should not just think of the thing lost and be there, but move ahead. These are the only two things that you can remember forever and understand this poem well. With reference to the ball, the poet here says that he has lost the childhood, means happy memories. They were also not there forever with him. And at last, he said that one should stand up from them and go ahead happily. May I ask you then some questions? Why does the poet say, I would not intrude on him? Why doesn't he offer him money to buy another ball? Yes, Anushka? Yes, very good. Anybody does not agree with Anushka? Please respond. All of you agree? Any other answer? Please respond, dear students. Yes, one should also feel happiness the same way. One should feel some grief also. Then only the people can live in both the circumstances equally. Very good, Khushi. Good answer. Next part, that also you have answered. Next question is, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. Do you think the boy has had the ball for a long time? Is it linked to the memories of days when he played with it? Okay, Ayush, Mutha, you answer. Enough? Anybody else? Many students were ready to answer. Anil? Okay. This is a short answer. If it is a long answer type question, because there are many chances that this question can be asked as question number 6 in the final board examination for 5 marks. How would you answer? That's enough? No, you will get just 2.5 marks. Who else are there with either answers? Dear students, nobody? Kashish, Japnet, come on. You just told me as an answer the literal meaning of this stanza or these lines. What about those meanings between the lines? If you have not said anything about it, that will be for another half of the answer. Come on. Who is there? The question is, staring down all his young days into the harbor where, see, there are three sentences given briefly. One says staring down, another says all his young days into the harbor where, and Third says his ball went. Means just imagine the boy being an adult now went at the place where he has lost his ball. Based on this, the question is, do you think the boy has had the ball for a long time? Yes or no? Say. Very good. Another part now. Is it linked to the memories of the days when he played with it? Yes. So both your answers are yes, yes. Now elaborate. How will you elaborate this? Yes, absolutely. Very good, Shreya. Continue. Continue. Absolutely. Very good, Shreya. Khushi, anything else you want to add? Gauri Khartare, Swastik. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good. Next question is, what does in the world of possession mean? What does the world of possession mean? Yes, Ayush? That's it. Yes, Ayush, you please simply answer my question. Do you find anything that is not belongs to anyone? This is the bottle. Is it belongs to someone? Now it is belongs to me. But before me it was belongs to someone. And after all, it is finally belongs to the owner of this industry or the company where was it manufactured, isn't it? So you think you see just around. Do you find anything that is not belongs to anyone? Anyone? Do you find something? Any person, anything, any place that is not belongs to anyone? No? Yes? Shanish Rajay? Yes, very good, Shanish. You have answered it because if it is not belongs to us, we can't survive without it. And it is even if free of cost available for us, but it is belongs to us. Not us means human beings. To all the things available on the earth, the planet. Then planet is belongs to someone. Aditya. By the way, don't think much about it. Everything is belongs to someone or the other persons, and everybody is so self-centered and selfish that they also want the things that they do not have. For example, if I do not have any mobile, I want mobile. If I do not have a watch, I want it. So that way here the poet says in the world of possession. And none of us want that we should give it to others because we want them and everybody wants everything. And so here the poet says in the world of possession. Dear students, let's finish. 4 number question. Do you think the boy has lost anything earlier? Pick out the words that suggest the answer. Oh, there are other balls. With reference to that, you are saying. Hmm? What do you think, Adarsh? Shravan, Sujal, Sakshi, Achal, respond. Yes, very good. I also think so that he has not lost. Had he lost something, then it could not have been his first experience to learn something in this world of possession. Isn't it? Absolutely. So this is the first time that he has lost. But if you come across any sentence or word that suggests that the boy has lost anything earlier, do you find anything like that? No. So the stanzas all themselves depict that this is the first time that the boy has lost something, that is a ball, referring to the childhood. Number 5, what does the poet say the boy is learning from the loss of the ball? Try to explain this in your own words. What is the boy learning? Two things you can say referring to the poem: the epistemology of loss and how to stand up. The epistemology of loss and how to stand up. Now you explain it in your own words. The epistemology of loss is the knowledge that we are going to lose something. It may never happen that one may not lose. Everybody has to lose something in their lives. And when we know this fact, then we never become upset. And another thing, how to stand up. Now it is up to everyone the way they stands up. Some may take much time to stand up after losing a person or something in their life. Some may understand that yes, I was to lose this and I have lost it. That's it. And they move ahead. So it's up to you how you stand up and go ahead. And last one, have you ever lost something you liked very much? Write a paragraph describing how you felt then and saying whether and how you got over your loss. Anybody wants to share anything? Your experience about losing something. Come on, hurry up. Nobody wants? Have you ever not lost anything? Any person? The demise of a person is also a loss. So please share and how and when you come and stood up from that loss. Spontaneously, I want anybody to speak about it so that we can end this session. Dear students, this session will also be available on YouTube. The link will be shared later after I upload this. Nobody wants to share? Come on, quickly. Just a minute is there. I'm giving you to share. So and so was my loss, and I came out of it this way. That's it. Come on, dear students. Ayush is there to say something. Ayush, More, come on. How you stood up and how you made up with those circumstances, the situations. and we should always try to find out alternative, and that is the best solution you can find. Very good. So it was a great session, dear students, seeing you all on this Google Meet platform. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe, take care. Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye. Bye. Start living the Meet, because until and unless you live all, I'm there.